Becky from Cronin's Clips.
And Nick.
And this is Petey.
This is Pete. Pete, look over here. He's not gonna. He's gonna look at the camera eventually. Hey,
There
Pete,
he is.
look up.
There he is.
There he is.
So we're going to talk about with the day that we went to Juneau. So that day, Amelia was feeling a little bit bad, and so the plan that she slept in that day, we were all planning on going together, but that she slept in a little bit more. I think you went and got us some breakfast from the buffet.
Yeah.
Just got us some Mickey waffles, and we just ate something.
Yeah.
In the room, and then me and Andrew went. So when you get off the ship, depends on where your ship is at, but where the ship, the Disney Wonder stops parked or whatever, you had to take a bus into Juneau, and so we actually waited a little while, but I think we just happened to miss one bus, and so we waited maybe 15 minutes. There's some pictures here of kind of just what the area looked like in the ship from where we were standing. But, and then we went to Juneau. And then I was going to say what our plan was originally. So our plan was to get there, and then there's people selling like tours and things. And one of the things you could do is go to Mendenhall Glacier. And Mendenhall Glacier, from what I had researched, you could pay $45. And we did this, what, 15 years ago? Because it was before our kids were born. 15 years ago when we went to Alaska. You paid $45 and you took a bus up to Mendenhall Glacier, and they talked a little bit on the bus on the way there, but basically they just paid for you to get into the park, and then they would come back every like intervals, 30 minutes or whatever. So whenever, if you wanted to spend an hour and a half, to whatever you want to do. So that was the plan because it was what I had watched, but apparently it changed either this year or last year, where they're having less number of entries into Mendenhall Glacier Park.
Yeah, they had too much foot traffic, and national parks in general have been limiting how many people go inside of it. So I think that was part of that limitation, by restricting how many people were able to come in through bus routes.
So I talked to two different groups, and me and Andrew would have been able to get one of them. I think it was, did I tell you 3 hours or maybe more that you had to like commit to, maybe 4. And it was $100 a person, and you did have to commit to that amount of time. They would bring you there and take you back.
The good thing is this particular stop, they get there at like, I think it was like 6 a.m. and you have until like 4 in the afternoon. So 3 hours wouldn't have been pushing it too hard.
But we didn't, we slept in too. We didn't get off the ship at 8 a.m.
Well, you slept in. I didn't.
Well, you went and ran. We can talk about that in a second.
We're going to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. But, so it was less time than we were in Skagway. And so I knew Andrew was, we wanted to make sure we didn't miss the boat, so to speak.
Yeah,
and plus there was enough of a town to kind of explore. We wouldn't have had time to do any of that had we taken this thing to Mendenhall Glacier. So we decided, I think I gave y'all a call, and then we decided not to do the Mendenhall Glacier.
Yeah. Me and Amelia were chilling in the cabin just because she wasn't feeling very good, so we let her sleep in and just watch cartoons.
And she felt much better a little later on.
Mm-hmm.
You can say what you did in the morning.
So the nice thing about Juneau is if you are wanting to do more of a hiking kind of thing or trail running for like me, if you like the outdoors, Juneau's perfect because if you look on alltrails.com, it's like pot marked with a ton of trails around town. So I don't remember the name. I should have did a little bit more preparation. I don't remember the names of anything, so bear with me. But what I chose to do was right off of the boat, you can go this little tramway that takes a little tram. Is that the right thing?
Oh, yeah.
Like
kind
tram
of
on
like
a cable system will bring you up to the top of the mountain. If you go into town past the state capitol, there's a road you turn right on, and right off of that road is a trail system that either takes you to the top of that mountain on a trail, which was a pretty rough, not a rough trail, the trail was pretty, but it's just straight up. So if you're a hiker or a trail runner, just know you're going to do some pretty good climbing. You can also go north across the road into a whole trail system on its own, including Mount Juneau and a couple other things. I chose not to because it's like 15, 18 miles, and Becky would have been mad if I just disappeared just the entire day. So I went up to this to the other side where you get to the top of the mountain. It was really cool because I took this great picture of me from the boat. I took a picture of the top of the mountain, and then later when I got to the top, I took a picture of the cruise boat from down the thing. And the cool thing is being up on top of there. If you are a hiker, get up there. It's gorgeous. You see the whole fjord and all these amazing views. And then I had a beer, and I took the tram back down. So that was a nice little adventure.
Do you have to take the bus from where we parked
No,
to the tram?
You can.
Oh, okay. You could walk it.
Yeah,
or run it if you run.
You can walk it or run it. It's like, I think it was like a half mile, a mile. It wasn't. If you're prepared to run 6-8 miles up a mountain, the trip from the boat to the town is not that far. If you're not, you're probably going to want to take the bus.
So whenever me and Andrew didn't do the Manoa Glacier, we decided we stopped at a visitor center, like right there where they're selling all the things, and the guy gave us a map of the town and kind of recommended there was like a little walking thing that you could go
the
up.
Bus stop, right? Like where the bus drops you off is right
it's
there
pretty
on the
close.
visitor
Pretty
center,
close, yeah. And then he recommended we weren't going to do all that walking, but he did point out what was it called?
I don't know.
The native, not really a visitor center. It was kind of a museum and an area like a building. And then we happened to catch it as we walked down the road. It was like straight down the main road.
Mm-hmm.
We happened to catch they were doing a dance. It's our other cat.
Gene.
That's another one of the cats. It's Gene. They were doing like a tribal dance, and I'll put some footage in here. But it was fun to see, and then we went inside the building, and there was like a little museum that we paid to see some artifacts. I don't think I took too many pictures of that, but it really was interesting. I was glad that we got to see that. We wouldn't have got to see it if we had taken that.
Yeah, it's
gone to see the glacier.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit like the glacier thing is. We did it 15 years ago. It's very cool. You should check it out.
Yeah.
But if you don't check it out, the town is not a disappointment. It's very nice to go see all the tourist shops and stuff.
And the walk wasn't very long to this place, but it was all the way through town, but it wasn't that long.
Oh.
And we just happened to catch the performance out front.
Plus, one thing we learned when we got there, like it was raining until the day we got there, and then the sun was out that day.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
And
it was really nice. The temperature was nice. It was a little bit warm in the sun because everybody was kind of trying to stand in the shade. But it was really nice that day.
And we're from southern Louisiana.
It was like hot.
It was great.
So we walked around town, and then we called y'all, and we met for lunch at the Red Dog Saloon,
which is a really cool. It's like a saloon from back in the Prospect day. The sawdust it's themed. It's not it's for tourists. But on the other hand, there's sawdust on the floor. There's stuff like reindeer sausage and beers and stuff like that, and some local beers as well as local spirits. So it's a nice place to have lunch. You should definitely check it out. Definitely bring your patient pants because it's a crowded bar as well.
It's a very tourist place to go. But it's like any tourist place, a little bit pricier probably. The food was pretty good. It wasn't like bad. But very, historical and kind of a fun place to go. There's a lot of people there for a reason because it's a tourist place that was fun to go to. We did some shopping in town. I think the kids got a couple little souvenirs, and me too probably. Mm-hmm. And and then I think we pretty much just took the bus back to the ship that day. And we did stay. I think we went back to the room for a little bit, and we watched some of the seaplanes coming in.
That was cool. It was cool
to see that because of where we were at.
Yeah, it's an active. That's like half of their transportation in and out of Juneau is right, seaplanes.
Juneau is locked. There's no way to drive there from anywhere. You have to take a plane or ship, obviously a cruise ship.
So we could see it from our window from the room, but I imagine it would be cool to watch it from up on deck.
Yeah,
as well.
like outside there on deck 4 or something.
So if you had a little, nice day. if you were the little, if you have a little kid that loves planes, or if you're the little kid that loves planes, definitely worth watching. That is really cool.
Me and Amelia met Stitch again because Amelia had a two Stitch shirts, so she got to wear her other Stitch shirt and meet Stitch. And then we waited for, I think I talked about this in another video, but this was actually the day we waited for Captain Hook and Mr. Smee. Oh, yeah. That line was long. It was very, very long. And there was actually people coming to tell everybody in line that they were coming out again at like 8 or 9 o'clock that night.
Right.
But, that's when, maybe even 9 or 10 o'clock that night. But, of course, if you have children, you're going to be in bed before then. So that's why everybody was waiting. And then I took some pictures of some... just the mountains as we were setting sail again.
It's very pretty. Yeah.
Just seeing the mountains and some from our room, some from I think we sit on deck 4. Like we watched those for a while. We had Tianas for dinner again. That was the Mardi Gras night. Those boudin balls were pretty good. So we're from South Louisiana. Yeah. So that's like legit our food, and so I was like, let's try the boudin. We had to talk them into it because I was like, let's try it. It's Tiana's. They were pretty good.
They were.
They weren't completely 100% authentic, but they were tasty.
I think there's this Cajun thing where it's just like you're reluctant to go. You did fine, and they did fine. It was they did fine. You won't regret ordering them.
I don't think we tried the gumbo, or we did try the beignets. They're not real beignets, but they were fine.
So the beignets. So you bake a donut and then you flash fry it and you cover it in powdered sugar. They bake the donut and then they put powdered sugar on it, and that's the part they're missing is the flash.
Oh yeah.
So that's why.
Well, they weren't as fluffy. So
they're fine. It's if you're a strict beignet person, it's
but you're not expecting. You're not in New Orleans. You're in Alaska.
Yeah. So as a result, when you eat them, they're good. They're very delicious. It's maybe not a beignet, but it's delicious, so it's fine.
That night is the they do like a second line.
That was fun. Yeah,
they did the train and they do a limbo. And I have a little bit of footage of that here.
They had a pretty rock and jazz band too. Like, granted, it's not gonna like if you're a jazz fan, they're gonna play songs from the movie, but that band knows what they're doing. There was a good jazz band. And second lines are fun. If you're not from Louisiana, it's like a little parade. Yeah, it's a little conga line. Yeah.
The alligator came out again. Louis. Normally, Tiana sings. We heard rumors that she got sick, so Tiana didn't come out that night. But honestly, I didn't notice. I mean, I like Tiana, but because Louis was there and they were doing the second line and stuff, I didn't really notice too much. So that's the Frozen musical night. So definitely don't miss Frozen. It is so good. It's Broadway caliber. Like it was
That's really solid.
It was really good. Before that we did some pictures with me and Andrew did the pictures with Juneau in the middle.
Oh yeah,
the flotation Mickey. Yeah, I wanted to do those from each place. Huh. And then we did a few magic shots. Like that was right in front of the theater because everybody was waiting to go in the theater watching us do the magic shots.
Yeah,
I'll put those in here. I'm gonna talk for a minute so I could put all those pictures in there. Those are fun, and I think some of them we might use for like Christmas pictures because there's some with like the ice and stuff in the background and
they're really pretty if you like the pictures.
Yeah, and if you like magic shots like at Disney World, there was hardly any line because everybody was waiting in line for the musical. I was fine with sitting in the back because of my knees. I can't like do too many stairs anyway. So I think Amelia and you went up front for that. But
my daughter,
or maybe that was the last one.
shoot, I forget which one, but one of the shows, let's say it's this one, my daughter really wanted to sit in a specific spot, so she moved us like 7 times during the show.
So if you do want a really good spot, you do have to get there early.
Yeah.
Like 30 minutes before they open the thing. And I think they open the thing maybe 30 minutes before the show.
Sure.
Yeah. So get there early if you want a close spot. And a close spot is fun because it's 4D, you know, like things come out. Things come out of the ceiling and stuff. Not to spoil any spoilers, but you know, you could probably figure that out. And then I made some notes. Oh, mountain. We just took some more pictures before bed. I think that's when we caught a sunset or something.
Yeah, it was like the sun was setting over the mountains
like,
in the fjord. I love that word. The sun was setting on there, so it made some gorgeous shots. Like it was really pretty. So definitely after you go to the show or after you go to dinner, depending on what time your dinner is, find out when sunset is and go outside on deck and check out the sunset.
Yeah, the sun is setting like 10 o'clock at night or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it's really pretty though. It's definitely something to check out.
But yeah, so that's about it for Juneau. Yeah. If I missed any character pictures, I'll put them in now, but I don't think I did.
Fair enough.
So, all in all, it was a good day.
Yeah. So, and remember,
tomorrow is just a dream away.